Staff at the Pantang hospital say they may have to abandon their posts in the coming days as a precautionary measure following the invasion of a section of the facility by Landguards. Portions of the hospital land has been leveled by a private developer who is busily putting up a property on the contentious land. A situation hospital authorities believe threatens the staff of the facility. The communications director of the Pantang Psychiatric Hospital, Elvis Ikwamwa, says they will stay away from work if the relevant authorities fail to act. Latifidis has more.
So in the background, you can see the land guards who are doubling as masons and contractors working on the property that, according to officers here at Pantang Hospital, is threatening the very existence of the health facility. Now, the authorities have had cause to lock themselves up in their own offices throughout the day today, Monday. The fear is that if authorities do not act fast, officers here at Pantang Hospital would have no option but to abandon their post to protect their own lives.
He's scared. I have not come out of my office the whole of the day. Okay? Twice we've called the police to the site today. And it's not looking like they are barging. And from the, signals that we are picking, they just go, find some place to hide when nobody is there. They come back again. For how long are we going to be, putting up with such a situation?
You think the security agency is not living up to expectations?
Well, we have called the police and they've come in twice today. Okay, nobody knows what will happen tomorrow morning. And so we are saying that, look, we have authorities in this country. There's a whole lands commission. There's a district assembly. There is a minister for lands and natural resources. There's a minister of health. The committees in parliament. Good thing we applaud them. They have come to see the extent of the problem. They've given directives. They are looking into the matter. But whilst at this, somebody is flouting the directives. Yes, we are threatened. It's a hospital, for crying out loud, for God's sake. Okay, we are health professionals. And what we need is a serene environment where we deliver health care. Our patients will need a serene environment, being taken care of by people who are not afraid. We have gone through the processes formally. We've reported to the appropriate authorities. They've come. They've issued a directive. We are waiting. But it appears that whilst we all wait, somebody is flouting the directives. And we are saying that the authorities should act and bring people to order.
If they don't?
Well, then we will take steps to feel safe. So if it means that we don't feel safe coming to work, we stay out of work.
They are coming here and then they are come wooden down there at the patient farm. And then one lady make a farm there, small farm there, over there. And then they are coming to with the farm all, the corn, they build the corn. Who? Those Landguards. And then we tell them to come and pay. They say we rather come and sit at their land. So they can't pay us. So whatever we like, we should do it. And then they called one of their boss. And then their boss told us that they cannot pay us because we still in land. So everywhere we want, we should go. So that one there. And then today, I went to the administration go and report because Saturday the administration no work. And then today I went to administration go and report. And then didn't come and watch it. So that moment, we went to police station go and plead the police.
The Concerned Drivers Association is demanding a total review of the legislative instrument 2180 that was passed in 2012. Though the drivers commend government for halting the implementation of the controversial levy, which was also a part of the LI, they insist there are many more problematic areas, citing spot fines and mandatory change of number plates. The PRO for the Concerned Drivers Association, Francis Appiah, and the Director of Training and Research for the Police MTTD, DSP Alexander Obing, engaged in a heated debate on the polls earlier. Here is what happened.
So you're supposed to renew your number plate every 2 years.
But
they decided to make it 6 months.
Yes, 6 months. And the minister tell us that it's not time yet, so you should, hold on. When we tell them that once it's inside the book, they will bring it. Because it's checked like this story. Ghanaians is inside this book. Then no Ghanaian, no Ghana ni be say there's something inside this book.
Okay.
You get my point?
Okay.
And they just bring it, and Ghanaians are complaining, so that's why we are calling the government that there's a plenty loopholes.
And I know this LI is also going through review. But I instructed on that one too. And I was privy to the part of what that Ghana project. That the intention that the state had at the time was that very soon we are going to automate all vehicle records in Ghana. Okay. Very soon, spot fine will start. Very soon we are going to automate all license holders records. Very soon it will start. It has to start.
DSP mentioned, she said something about this thing is not done yet.
Okay, so
that's why they are not bringing it. So
even though it is in the law, what he's saying is that even though it is in the law,
yes,
they don't have the things that will help them to implement it right now.
Thank you.
They're not going to implement
it. Almost tracker can because of tracking the car into a mom device. I mean, person use a tracking device. Me, I can buy my tracking device and track my car.
Okay, so
with security officers
give me your
around, and then you put your personal tracking device. That is monitored only your room.
My sister.
And so please wait. There are certain things that we have to put modalities in place. When the system, all the prerequisites are there, and the state is going, I'm saying that nobody can resist it. However, I don't expect the state also to just impose.
They can monitor for us without taking money from us. Taking money from the drivers every time, and the Ghanaians is too much.
It's too much.
Right. It's too much.
Okay.
Regulation 157.
Okay.
Yes. If I'm right.
You have an issue with that one? What's the problem?
The issues we have is, you see, that's why this government came recently. I don't know. Please, for after take intimidate driver for. We are not saying it's all the police.
Okay.
We don't know. They tried to bring this sport fund last year, and who did they be for them not to bring it? We are not saying sport fund is not good, but they have to put measures in place before.
Like, sport fund is like the issue of the renewal of the number plate.
Okay.
That we have not yet started it.
Okay.
Because there has to be certain modalities on the ground. First, you must automate the vehicle records. 2, you must automate license holders records. You cannot talk. So it has nothing to do with changing
what did you
license.
say? No, so DSP, please, I'll come to you. DSP, allow me, DSP. Very well. I'll come back to you. DSP, hold on for me. I'll come back to you for.
Police for intimidating a driver for a binum. Their name tag, we always tell DSP that they should put their name tag here. A name tag national. Yes, Rabbi, DSP, the or Shabayase. Yes, Rabbi, I don't know can I find out. This book, a whole lot of loopholes.
And already the National Road Safety Commission says it is procuring speed cameras to improve highway monitoring and reduce road accidents. It is also considering sport fines to inject more sanity and discipline into the road traffic management system. The head of communications at the National Road Safety Commission, Kwame Kudria Ichiahine, says procurement processes have so far begun to ensure implementation begins by close of the year. He spoke with JoyNews Eastern Region correspondent Kofi Siao on the sidelines of the Commission's media conference in Kofodia.
Ghana is grappling with issues of motor crashes as a result of gross disregard for traffic laws on our roads by users. This has resulted in dozens of people losing their lives every year. Statistics from police and the NRLC indicate over 2,000 accidents have been recorded since the beginning of this year. Suggestions on how to mitigate the effects of road accidents have settled on the introduction of speed cameras. Mr. Kodria Etuahine will not give timeline for rollout of the gadget, though he says piloting has already commenced in parts of the country.
So for some time we've been talking about introducing speed cameras to complement the efforts of the police. We have a police to population ratio of 1:780. It's not enough, far inadequate. If the police is to be visible, to be able to police these vehicles and drivers to prevent abuses of the law and so on and so forth. So that's also on the cards. I mean, as I speak to you, the service is being procured. As we speak, there are some speed cameras deployed on some roads, except that we haven't taken the trouble to make it public.
On the spot fine, Mr. Kodua Tuahene says the commission is liaising with the police on implementation.
There are about 38 offenses, street liability offenses that could be enforced with a spot fine. You don't need to trace too much evidence when those offenses are built. For instance, if you are not on a seatbelt, it is obvious that you don't have your seatbelt. The law says you should have your license while driving and you don't have it. That is an offense. You don't need to prove much.
Meanwhile, some drivers have been reacting to the proposed measures.
I'm not in idea with that initiative because I don't understand why they should bring all these policies. This Nanadu government is here to disturb us. You can imagine, recently they came with this idea of towing levy. Then we are struggling with that. Now we are coming with cameras in town and all kind of different issues concerning drivers. I wonder why Nanadu should be doing this.
The spot fine is fine. That one is fine. Meaning there's no corruption again. If I know I commit offense, then on the spot I pay it. But when they say the speed cameras, you need them on the highways. But for town like this, we don't go speed. So if you plant speed camera in the town, there will be no need.
And there's been massive transfer of police personnel out of the Upper West region without any replacement. Deputy Upper West Regional Police Minister Amidu Chania Isahaku said out of a total of 1,500 police personnel in the region, 917 were transferred out of the region in the last 2 years. He said the low number of police personnel in the region has led to increasing crime rates. Well, Ms. Amidu spoke to JoyNews on the margins of the Upper West Regional Coordinating Council meeting and appealed to the Minister of the Interior and the Inspector General of Police to come to their aid.
By law, regional coordinating councils in the country are enjoined to hold at least 2 meetings in a year to enable the regional coordinating councils take stock of activities of the preceding months and also lay plans for programs for the upcoming months. It is based on the aforementioned that the Upper West Regional Coordinating Council held its first meeting to discuss pertinent issues that are inimical to the growth of the region. Key among them is the massive transfer of policemen out of the region without any replacement. Deputy Upper West Regional Minister Amidu Chania Isaku stated that the reduction of the staff strength of the police from 1,500 to 917 has opened security gaps in the region.
Between 2015 to date, about 583 police personnel have been transferred out of the region without replacement. And we've also realized that the crime rate somehow has increased because we have a lot of armed robberies within the region. We have a lot of stealing of motorbikes and other items from people's homes going on. And we are very disturbed, we are very worried. We think that the people of the Upper West region are not getting the best of security. And once this report emerged from the Regional Police Command indicating this massive transfer of officials from the region without replacement, we think that we have to appeal to the Ministry of Interior and to the IGP to, as a matter of agency, bring more men, more police personnel to the region so that they can man the various police posts.
He also hints of plans by the Upper West and Northern Region Security Councils to hold joint security meetings to look into the issue of the increasing cases of armed robbery on the Wabwale Bombay Road.
Most of the robberies occur in the Northern Region jurisdiction, but the people who are affected, 99% of them are people who are either from Upper West or who are coming to do business in the Upper West. And we think that this is scaring people from coming to the Upper West, and therefore we are, as a regional coordinating council, we want to have a meeting of the RESEC of Upper West region with the RESEC of Northern region so that we can together discuss how we can ensure that the part manned by the Northern Regional Police, together with our support, we are able to control the crime rate and the armed robbery on the road so that we can guarantee the security of the people who come to the region to do business and to do investment. Otherwise, we'll be cutting away a lot of investment opportunities.
And before we go, an NGO, the Disaster Network Ghana, is heaping pressure on government to reduce or to resource the National Disaster Management Organization and also create awareness on disaster preparedness for the populace. Their calls come after scores of lives were lost in Sierra Leone when mudslides and floods wreaked havoc on the country. Humanitarian Ambassador Kofi Nkrumah Hagan says even though intervention by Ghana in Sierra Leone was inadequate, it outweighs government's effort at disaster management in its own country. He was speaking on the pause with Gifty Andoapia.
Since the beginning of this year, the NADMO has not lived up to expectation as we used to know them. And when we ask, we have been talking to a lot of people, and basically it boils down to resources. They are constrained, seriously constrained with resources. Nobody seems to understand, but from my small investigation, I believe it's about the government. We all know there are some budgets, expenditure cuts. Just when the finance minister did the review, the mid-year review, we realized that there have been shortage of revenue, and then that has necessitated expenditure cuts, and I'm sure it's affected them.
What are your recommendations?
This is the reason why we came out with this write-up. We want the population to be aware that this is what is going on, and also to tell the government that whatever it is, these are people who need help. They are Ghanaians who contribute to the economy in various means. They pay their taxes, and when they are in need, no matter what it is, whether they are NDC, they are MPP, they are PPP, they are whatever, they need help, and the appropriate agencies must be resourced to be able to help. I'm aware that in all these cases, governments, NADMO has showed its face. They come, they take records, and that ends it.
Okay.
They don't get anything. You know, these fisher folks, they are these boats, fishing boat, the net, they are very, very, very expensive. When they happened, these tidal waves occurred, we had a lot of them losing their boats, losing their net, lives were lost. And NADMO officials come, and all they can do, as in all the other occasions, is take records, names of people who have been affected, thinking that they will be back with some relief items, with some financial support and whatever. And we don't get anything like that. With this fall army worm invasion, you know, most of these are farmers, are peasant farmers. They live on the crop season. They live on their harvest. So once some of these people have their harvest taken away or taken over by these people, they don't have anything. They are not like commercial farmers who have some savings to rely on even when they face some of these issues. They have nothing, and we are expecting the government to find a way to support them. We're expecting that this disaster, this Reunion mudslides that happened, it was on TV. All of us saw it.
The government has been there.
I'm sure
some donations.
It falls short of expectation because of what we have done in the past.
Okay.
We expected that our commission over there, the High Commission over there, will immediately inform the government. And our expectation was that we were expecting Ghana, NADMO, a well-restored NADMO, with the Ghana Armed Forces to be there to partake in the rescue mission.
Okay.
So that those more than 400 lives that have been lost and more than 600 lives that have been declared missing, they were needless. We had the machine.
And that's it for the latest news updates we have. We have a lot more news. So we'll be looking at the newspapers. I have a couple in the studio. I'll be joined by Mama Vio Sobwaji. She's already standing
right here.
by. Yeah, how are you?
Joined by Mama Vio Sobwaji. Yeah, we'll do the newspapers in a bit. I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, good. What's up for the day?
One question for you. Road Safety Management Limited, do you have a position yet? Because, you know, the National Road Safety Commission, they've spoken.
All right. I'm sure by close of day we should come out with a position.
Still referencing with the legal departments?
I don't think that we've said that publicly, have we?
I thought you gave me a hint yesterday on the show.
No.
That was public.
Was it? I think I told you off the show, really.
No.
Sure.
We were on the show.
All right. So we're still referencing that then.
Well, that's by way of updating you on the mandatory towing levy that's been scrapped now. We're told the law is going to be reviewed. We will come back with the newspapers and the online review in a bit in association with SOS Advance.